eating their Nando's like this, and they're all like, no. Let's go with that.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast.
You are here with Holly.
I'm Molly.
And today we're going to be talking about things I hate about work. Not my job specifically, because I love my job. I just hate people. Customers. And it's more just like things that just get on my nerves, really. Like, I love my job as a whole. And I love the last job that I had in the beginning. I just hate people.
I think this is going to be very Holly hatred oriented because there's not really that many bad people when I work.
Yeah.
Whereas you come back every day and there's someone doing something absolutely diabolical. It's like, what's going on
Sometimes
there?
it's not even diabolical. People just annoy me so much. Like, I think I'm also just irritable at work, especially because I've been working such long hours recently.
She works like 12 hours a day.
Yeah, to fit my hours, my contract in, so I can pay my rent around uni, I do a 12-hour on Saturday and an 11-hour on Sunday. But that means that I can have Mondays off completely.
Clickbait.
That means I can have Monday off completely and I have a rest day. Because I could split the work up over the 3 days, but then it's like I don't get just a single day off.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that, but that just means, obviously, when you're in a building for 12 hours, something insane is going to happen, especially somehow in customer service. So I work in waitressing, food.
Yeah, restaurant.
I work in a restaurant. And I feel like when I used to work in a shop, it was a very small shop and we weren't that busy, but no outrageous things seemed to happen. It was just like a shop.
Yeah, I think that's like me, because obviously I work in Boots and it's in Kendal, so it's really small. So I think there's just not as many things going on. So it's quite chill.
But, however, in food, I have had so many more things I've got angry about. So I've got a bit of a list for you guys of like moments that came straight to my head. But I know just in the moment, I think I'll think of more things, because I did have this. I came home and had a crash out to Molly, honestly, for like an hour. I was absolutely raging just about work.
Yeah. And you do it most days.
I do. It does happen every single day. And Molly's like, save it for the podcast.
Save it for the podcast.
So
and here we are. We're at the podcast.
I'm coming in today because I feel like you've also led all the episodes. So we're bringing something that I'm definitely going to get angry about.
Yeah.
That was a really long intro. That was a really long. Normally we jump straight into it. I'm really excited to talk about work.
It's been such a giddy day.
It has. So. I'm trying to think of what a story I start with. I'm looking at my list.
You've got it all in shorthand. I'm not sure whether I understand half of them. So this is interesting for me, because I'm not sure what's coming up.
You didn't even know. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to start just with one. Customers being rude. That's not on the list, but it's just come to my mind. And it's not when they're rude on purpose. So like, I'm hosting, a customer will come up and I'm like, oh, hi guys, how are you? Table for 4, please. Well, hold on, because that's not what I asked you. And some people, I'm like, oh, hi guys, how are you? And she's like, 2. And then she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I just spoke before I listened to you. Oh, I'm good, thank you, how are you? Fine. And like, some people are like, oh, I'm really sorry. And I'm like, oh, don't be sorry, that's fine.
Yeah.
They're like, carry on, you're fine. And it's like, oh, hi guys, how are you? There's 4 of us, please.
And then don't. Like,
well, that's not the question I asked. And I'm just sort of have to be like, oh, okay, follow me. And it's just really awkward. And then it's when that happens so many times over the space of the 12 hours that I'm in that building, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, where is, like, you're going into a restaurant, where is your decency?
Yeah,
or when people walk up to the
manners.
sign that says, please wait here to be seated, and they just walk up and I'm like, oh, hi guys. Like, they just walk past me like, excuse me guys, how many are you? And they're like, oh, we're just looking for a table. Yeah, but you walked past the please wait to be seated sign. I then spoke to you and you continued to walk past me, like, while you were talking at me. No. And then I'm like, oh, have you ever been to a Nando's before? Yeah, I've been to a Nando's before. So why do you not know how this works?
That's how you didn't name drop when you were talking about the restaurant.
Yeah, I didn't name drop, and then surprise,
You're like, have you been to a Nando's before?
And they're like, yeah.
Name drop.
Yeah, I've been to a Nando's before, so why are you not understanding how it works here? Or when sometimes we're really busy and like I'm hosting upstairs and someone comes upstairs and they just sort of, I'm coming back and they just seat themselves down. I'm like, oh, like, hi guys, do you need menus? Like, have you like Have you just sat down? And, oh, yeah, but no one came to sit us. And I'm like, because I watched you walk up the stairs and just immediately sit down. I watched you, not even, I watched, in fact, some of them, I watched you walk past me when I'm trying to introduce you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I've been to a Nando's before.
Well, then why don't you get it?
So why don't you understand how it works? It's so easy. It says wait to be seated. You wait and somebody seats you. Just have you been to Nando's before? Yes. So act like it then. Act like you've been here before.
But the thing is, it's not just have you been to Nando's before, it's have you ever been to a restaurant
ever?
To a restaurant ever? Do you understand how social decency works?
Have you ever been anywhere outside your house before? Because I think the answer is no. Literally, like some people just don't understand things.
Yeah.
And that talking to them kind of leads me into my next story that I had. And this one, I do feel bad for annoying me. But it's like, when I say, oh, do you have any allergies? Oh, men. Oh, chicken. Oh, my wife. Oh, chicken. Oh, you're just trying to be lighthearted. You're just trying to be funny. Yeah, cool, great. But again, you're the 6th person that said that to me in the past 10 hours.
You're not original.
I've heard that too many times. And like when I'm tired and I'm done, I'm just like, I don't know how to react. And that's maybe more of a me issue than other people. Maybe I need to not be so judgy and angry at the customers. But when I've heard that 6 men are allergic to their wives, I just don't care. So don't be with your wife then.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't be with your wife. Funny joke. I don't think if someone said that in front of me, I'd be like, absolutely, don't say that to me.
I don't know if I find that funny.
I think if it was someone you knew you were talking to, maybe it was like, oh, ha, crack a joke. But you're talking to a stranger.
Then it's not funny.
Yeah, that's so weird.
But yeah, it's just, and again, that's more of a weird thing. It's not something that someone's doing that's like rude, like just not talking to you or not responding to the question you're saying. They're trying to be funny and they're trying to engage. But I've heard that so many times. The first time someone said it to me on like one of my first weeks there, I was like, oh, haha, that's funny. Little did I know it would be the only thing I ever heard, and I've been working at Nando's for like 9 months now, and it's like the only fucking thing I've ever heard, ever. Or this was a big one. Back to the KFC days. Do you have beef burgers? I don't like chicken.
Don't come to KFC.
You're in a KFC. Do you know where you are? Do you know what you have just walked into? In fact, the KFC I worked at.
Fried beef burgers.
Exactly, the KFC I worked at. You drive past McDonald's to make our way to us. So what are you doing? Oh, I just don't like chicken that much. So can I have a beef burger? No. One woman, she did say, she was like, I know this is a really stupid question, but you don't have beef burgers, do you? If you know it's a stupid question, why did you ask it then? Obviously we don't, but KFC, look at the menu. The menu's advertised all the way up in front of you. You've got screens that you can go and order off to tell you what there is. I mean, I know you're ordering with me, so you don't want to look at the screen, but that's not the point. You're looking at the menu above you. You've been to a KFC before, I assume. Why? Would we have beef burgers?
I kind of understand it for like Nando's because it doesn't say it in the name.
Exactly. No one's ever asked me at Nando's though, and that's the thing. People understand.
The chicken is a logo.
The jump between the Nando's, like KFC, because it's kind of like fast food. It's not really sitting down and dining. And even though Nando's isn't like a fancy big dine-in restaurant, like it is got the dine-in. It's casual, but it's different to KFC. Like pace, not really pace-wise, but just the way the stores run. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, so I had like two different types of jokes and different types of issues, yeah. But with KFC, it was kind of like, it was harder for a customer to annoy you because you were like, even when you were front of house, you were still behind a thing and no one was really interacting with the customers. Like front of house at Nando's is very different to front of house at KFC.
Yeah.
Because at KFC, I'm behind a bar and I'm only talking to people if they're coming up to pay cash. Yeah. And again, that couldn't, or headset. Headset was one. I loved being on headset. Headset was my favourite thing ever, and I wish Nando's had a drive-through so I could be on headset again, because I loved headset. But the one that got me the most, I think, about KFC was people would come around the drive-through. We had our little cameras, I'd watch the car come up to the drive-through, I'd watch it drive past the speaker, and admittedly, maybe it was a little bit confusing to those who can't engage their brain that much, because we had 2 windows, and the first window had a sign on it that said, oh, please drive around to the next window. So people had to, it was speaker, window 1, window 2. They would drive past the speaker, drive up to the window one that says please drive around, come up to my window and I'd be like, oh, I can't take your order here, you need to drive right back round to the speaker. But it says drive round to the next window. No, it says that at the window after the speaker. Oh, but I couldn't see the speaker. It says stop on the road. Yeah, I stopped and it stopped me at a window. So you should have stopped at the first stop. Well, it's not very clear, is it? Did I design it? No. No, I didn't. So what do you want me to do about it? Just open your eyes, maybe go to Specsavers and get some glasses so you can see the massive fucking stop sign in front of you, and you can see the speaker machine that's also next to you. Maybe the thing that looks like a speaker is where you're supposed to stop for a speaker. Have you ever been around a drive-through before? No. Or when people would rage because they had to park their cars. And I'm like, oh, you can see the massive queue behind me. We're obviously very busy. Oh, I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to ask you to park up. Your food will be ready in 10 minutes. But I want my food now. I'm in a rush. So why are you at KFC then? Why did you not get your food earlier? I know some people are in a rush. Sometimes, what can you do? You are in a bit of a rush. You are in a bit of a rush and you've just got to get your food in like a 10-minute window. So do not go to a store where there's a massive line outside of it. If there's 10 cars in front of you waiting to be served, that's not where you go for a quick fix. You just pop into Asda, get a meal deal and leave. And do not come and make it but I can't park up. I've got places to be. I need to be there now. I don't know what you want me to do about that then. I don't know what you want me to do about that then. But I don't know what you want me to do about that because I can't. Like, what am I supposed to do? I've got nowhere else. I have nothing else for you to do than to sit in the car park. You voluntarily drove up to the very busy looking KFC. So I don't. Oh well, I need an ice cream for compensation. No, you don't. You just need to park up and wait for your food like every other person in this queue. You just don't. You just don't. I've told you this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. When I had a row with, not really a row, I didn't really know what to say to him. He was getting angry and I was kind of just like, I don't know what to do. This man, he came in, and it's very important that it was a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday and he came in and I was on tills. And he was like, hi, I've seen a deal on Facebook that you guys do 8 mini fillets for like £4 on a Tuesday.
I like this story.
And I'm like, oh, well, let me have a look at my till. I was sat in the meeting 2 days prior. I know that's not a promo that's just started, but I'm like, oh, I can't find it on my till. Do you have anything online? He's like, no, I saw it on Facebook. It's a real promo. So I was like, okay, I'll go and ask my manager. I went to ask the shift runner. I was like, I don't really know what's happening. I know this isn't, but I'm coming to ask you anyway, just in case I've missed something. Is there a promo where we can do 8 minis for £4 on a Tuesday? And my manager's like, no, that's not a thing. What is happening? So I go back and I'm like, it's not a thing. I spoke to my manager. It's not a deal. And he's like, oh, well, I saw it on Facebook though, so can you just do it anyway? If it's not in my system, there's no way I can put it through for you. It's not something that I can do. And he's like, but I saw it on Facebook. And I'm like, can you show me the ad? He's like, no, well, I can't find it now, can I? Well, one, you haven't looked, actually. And two...
you can't really find adverts on Facebook. But
if you'd seen something and you hadn't seen it anywhere else, like, I would want to go in with a promo. Yeah, like there'd be a way to find it, or it'd be advertised at my store, and you could say, "Oh, it's that one there."
Yeah.
Even if you thought it was something it wasn't, you could point it and be like, "Oh, it's this one," and I explained to him that he's read the wrong thing, but he was like, "No, it's on Facebook, but I can't find it for you." And I was just sort of like, "Okay, well, I've not got the deal, so I don't know what you want me to do." Well, I wouldn't have come here if I wanted 8 minis for the normal price, would I? I'd come here because I wanted them for £4. I'm having them for £4. No, you're not. You do not talk to me like that. I'm 16 years old. What are you doing? Because, like, especially when I was 16, I was very obviously 16. Like, I was very...
You were tiny. You were so cutesy and small. I was not really sure what happened in the last 2 years. You just look so different.
I know, but that's the point. I was so obviously a 16-year-old. Like, why is this grown man shouting at me? Because I wouldn't have come to KFC otherwise. Okay, well, I don't really care. Take your business elsewhere then, because I don't want to be here with you having this conversation, so leave. Because I'm not here to listen to you. I'm not here to listen to you rage. And basically, we just went back and forth, and he was like, well, I'm here for the 8 minis for £4, so I'm having them. And I was sort of like, you're not, because you can't, because it doesn't exist. And that sort of went back and forth for ages. Honestly, for about 10 minutes, it was so long. It was such a long time. And I had to explain to him so many times that this deal didn't exist and we couldn't do it. And eventually he just ordered something else and then left. And me and my managers looked it up. We were trying to find any similar deal, and Mackey's had a deal at the same time, and it was some of their, what are they called?
Strips?
Strips? Is it just McCrisp? I don't know what they're called. The chicken strips.
Yeah. McStripsies.
McStripsies.
Did you hear me snort? I felt like I was picked up on the camera and me just snorting my own show.
It was funny. But anyway, the point is McDonald's had...
Mackles Stripsies. Mackles Stripsies. So, carry on.
The point is, McDonald's had a similar deal with where they were doing like a bigger bucket of their strips for something like £4 or £5. So they had a very similar deal at the same time. And I think I don't know where he got the Tuesday thing from, because this McDonald's deal with every day. So I honestly, maybe he read a scam. I have no idea what he read, but the closest thing I can think of is McDonald's had a very similar deal. So he probably saw an ad like that on Facebook.
Yeah.
But it's just
so funny.
I just don't understand why people think they know the menu better than you, because I work there.
If you made a mistake, if you got it wrong, you read something that was wrong and you made a mistake, you went up like, oh, can I get this deal? And you're like, really sorry, we can't find it. I asked my manager, it's not here. Then you accept it. Like, there's no issue with making a mistake.
Oh, like, I'm really sorry. Maybe it's like, oh, maybe I read the wrong thing. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
and you can, even if you are livid inside and you're raging about it, you just do not complain to the person that's working there, because they're just, like,
it's nothing to do with them, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just the messenger.
Yeah.
I'm just there to make some money. I don't choose the deals. I don't put the deals on the system. I just put the food in a bag and give it to you. That's all I do. So just don't come at me. Well, that's a bit expensive, isn't it?
Did he end up buying anything?
Yeah, I think he bought a meal for him and his wife. I think it was a mighty bucket, actually, for himself. I can't remember what he bought his wife.
Right.
She didn't like chicken on the bone, and that was another part of the problem.
Just get the chicken without the bone.
Yeah, but he wanted them for £4, not for the normal price.
A few moments later.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list. I'm trying to think of something else. I'm trying to bring back up the rage a little bit, and I've got 2 on here that one of them I think I say every single day. It's the first thing I say when I come home from my shift. And it annoys me. It shouldn't bring me this much rage, but it brings me so much rage because it happens all the time.
Can I just say, you don't need to validate your anger. They're watching because it's called The Hatelist Podcast.
True.
So
true.
They'll be fine if you get angry over something.
That's true. Okay. When I take a customer to a table and they're like, well, no, I don't like this table. I want to sit there. I need to sit there.
Do they ever have reasoning?
No, so this table's in a weird place, I don't like it. Can I sit over there? Oh, there's too many people next to this table. Can I sit somewhere else? Oh, there's kids next to this table. I don't want to sit here. You're coming into a fucking restaurant. If you don't want to sit next to fucking kids and other families and listen to noise, don't come to a restaurant for your dinner. Do not do it. Oh my god, I got really angry really quickly then. I forgot how much it brought me rage. Why? Oh, it's just too noisy over here. Can I sit somewhere quiet? Don't go to a restaurant then, or order a takeaway. Like, what? Why would you go to a restaurant if you just don't want to listen to kids screaming? Valid. We've had a lot of kids shows. We had kids shows over the weekend, so there were a lot of kids everywhere, and it was very noisy and very overwhelming, and not the usual. But you can't be like, oh, I just don't want to sit here because I don't like the children screaming. Kind of valid, but also no, don't come to a family-friendly restaurant then if you do not want to listen to kids. Just don't do it. Oh, that table's in a weird spot, it just looks weird, I don't want to sit there. Did I put the fucking table there? No. Did I design the restaurant? No. I don't care that you don't like that table. Do you see any other empty tables in this restaurant? No, you do not, so you will sit there. And you will not move. Or when I sit a customer down and they move to an empty table. Why? Why have you done that? Sometimes they're like, oh, can I sit them down and they just kind of catch me, they're like, oh, can I just move over here? Like, oh, my brother and sister are like coming unexpectedly. We need a bigger table. If I've got a bigger table, yes, you can have the bigger table.
Yeah.
Like, you're being nice about it. But when people just move themselves, what the fuck? Just what are you doing? Just...
There's no point in being seated. If it was a restaurant where you weren't specifically seated by someone, then you've sat somewhere, you've gone, oh, maybe not this place, move somewhere else. You can have your own choice. But it's a restaurant that it says everyone, please wait to be seated, then you're seated. There's someone who literally guides you to a table. Like, they clearly want you to sit on that table.
And especially, it can kind of, maybe it can be a little bit...
I got angry.
I'm glad. Like, maybe it can get a little bit awkward, is when, like, I know a show is ending and it's going to hit 3 o'clock, say, and we are going to get round.
There's shows.
Yeah.
Sorry, that shouldn't make any sense.
No.
Can I just...
Yeah, and it's like, 2:45, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to seat all my small tables, this half of the restaurant, to keep this half of the restaurant empty, so that when I start getting tables of 8 and 10 and 12 coming in, I've got tables I can pull together so they can come up straight away. If they don't come there and I've filled up the restaurant before that, fine, but it just means that when the rush comes and I will inevitably get those big tables, that I've got places to sit them first hand. And so I'm sitting people there and they're like, oh, but I want to sit over there because it's quiet. And it's like, I can't really say, no, you can't sit there because I need, like, what if someone else, I do say that sometimes. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're saving this for bigger tables.
But you can just see there's a process that goes in place. I've seated you there for a reason, like, in a nicer way.
Like, when, especially in a restaurant that big, like my Nando's at home, it was so quiet, we had 2 tables just for 2 people. Every other table was a table for 4.
Right.
So if a table for 2 came in, they would most likely be sat on a table for 4. At the there are so many tables for 2, so I sit couples on a table for 2, and they're like, oh, can we just sit on that one then? It's a table for 4. And I'm like, you can see how busy we are. Like, why do you want to sit, like, why? Yeah. Why? I had a customer on Saturday, and they were like, I sat them on table for 2 opposite each other, very standard table for 2 in a restaurant, and they were like, oh, can we just not sit here? And I'm like, oh, why? They're like, oh, we want a table with a sofa because we just like to be we like to be near to each other.
Sit on your own sofa.
You're near to each other, sat like this. You're near to each other, and I'm like, and I was looking around, and I was, one, there's no sofas. One, you can see all the sofas are full. So where do you want me? There was actually one sofa that wasn't full. All the ones that weren't full were dirty, full of plates. And they're like, oh, that one's good. Yeah, but that one's dirty, and I haven't got anyone to clean it right now because everyone's really busy. Yeah, but I want to sit on that one. We need to be near each other. We always sit near each other when we come to this Nando's. Because you'll normally come to this Nando's in the middle of the fucking night. Not in the middle of the night, when it's quiet. So you can see we're not quiet now. We cannot just be like, oh, you can sit wherever you want because you come here all the time. That's not really how it works. I also don't think I've seen them that often anyway. I probably do. If I recognise their faces, that probably means they do come in often because of how many people come in.
Yeah.
And we just sort of, this kind of went back and forth. And it's like I had this massive queue of people waiting to be sat. And these guys like, no, I just want to stay. And I'm like, I've got no one to clean the table for you. In the end, I was just like, fine, I'll clean it for you. And I did kind of suss them. I was like, yeah, fine, but you're going to have to sit there for 10 minutes while I get the table cleaned. And they were like, oh. And they were like, oh, that's fine. That's fine. And I'm like, well, and I cleaned it. And I was quite sassy. I did kind of, like, when I cleaned the table, I stomped them over to it.
That is valid.
And stomped away. But that was also like hour 10 of my 12-hour shift, and we were really busy. And I think I have the wrong temper for that job. I love hosting, but I think at that point I was just like, I'm so done.
Yeah.
Because I've been seating people for like 11 hours. Again, fine. My manager's done what he can around my schedule, my availability, and I can't complain because it's what I asked for. But I was just very done, and for some reason that on Saturday that was just my final straw. Like, and then they literally sat there eating their Nando's like this, and they're all like, and then they're just sort of sat there with their drinks, and they're just eating their Nando's. Get off each other! Get off each other! You're in a fucking restaurant! Leave! Go and behave like that in your house! Cook your own dinner! Sit like that on your own sofa! And leave! Get out of my face! It's not my problem! I don't care! Oh, you like to be near each other? Fine, then just sit across and hold hands. Like, some people just sort of sit like this. Again, very strange. Wouldn't be my move, personally. But that's how you can have your contact in a restaurant when I've sat you somewhere that you need to be seated, because you cannot sit anywhere else because we are so busy. Like, just sit where I want you to sit. Just you're coming to a restaurant. You know exactly what's going to happen. You can't just expect to do whatever you want.
I think just generally, across the board, act nice to people. Like, just be nicer. Especially if it's someone at work, because no one likes their work. Well, like, people like their work, but no one's like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever.
Especially
people
with stuff like restaurants and stuff. Like, people are obviously going to be a little bit overwhelmed, and some people just don't think.
A few moments later.
People are just
I don't know
stupid.
Why.
End of discussion. People are just the stupidest people ever and unkind. And if you're not stupid, or if you are stupid, then don't make a big deal about you being stupid if they've explained to you that you're being stupid, and just agree, because the customer's never actually right, and you should just be kind.
Apart from that man.
Apart from that lift.
Apart from that one man with the lift.
And also just be kind. If you've got someone working and especially because people come for meals at like in the late hours of the day, it's like 9 o'clock. There's a really high chance these people have been at work since the early hours in the morning and probably done other stuff that day too. And like, yeah, you might have been at work, but you've chosen to come sit and relax at a restaurant. Why would you pick a fight?
Facts. That was really good.
That was my monologue.
I enjoyed that.
Well, thank
But
you.
one more thing about the late thing. When people come in to get a Nando's at if it's a Saturday or a Sunday and we shut, no, it's a Friday or a Saturday and we shut at 11, and they come in at like 10:30, and I'm like, yeah, but we do shut in half an hour, so you need to leave in half an hour. And it gets to like 11, and I'm like, okay, we're shut now. And they're like, but I haven't had enough time to eat my food. About 3 people told you on entry that you would have half an hour.
You can Google it. It'll say it's on the Nando's somewhere, like on the door, and they'll tell you.
And like 3 people told you, and now I'm telling you that you need to leave, and you're just not leaving.
End of discussion.
Or some people are like, oh yeah, well I'm just gonna be another 10 minutes. Don't worry about it. No. Let's go with that.
No. That was brilliant. I love that.
I thought I was gonna say more, and I just didn't. Basically, that sums it up though. No, don't just be like, oh, don't worry, I'm just gonna be another 10 minutes. No. I will worry because you need to leave because we're shut. And that just sort of sums it up basically. There's probably more I could say. There's probably more I will say in the future. Disclaimer, I do love my job. I love working for Nando's. I think it's freaking epic and I have a great time. I'm just really not a people person, unfortunately. And that's maybe my poor choice of work environment. But alas, that is it basically. That is today's episode, guys. It was basically just me shouting.
I really enjoyed it. It was like a story time for me.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think I've ever said so much on a podcast. And I don't think you've ever said so little on a podcast.
Yeah.
This is the first. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I got quite... That was my rage. That was not even the worst work crash out I've had. I need to just not talk about some work for like a couple weeks so that on one episode I'll just get really angry about whatever it is we're talking about. But yeah, that was it basically. And takeaways from this episode are just, if you go to a restaurant or any fast food place, just have respect for the person serving you because you're the one that's chosen to come there. They're the one that's working there so that they can make some money. You're the one that's voluntarily entered that place. So have some respect and be kind. Some workers can be awful, but most of them aren't. So just be nice.
Yeah.
And that's all I've got to say basically. That is me done.
Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you've enjoyed Holly's massive crash out, and I hope you enjoyed my little pieces here and there, especially with that little ending monologue. I think that was the best bit of the entire video. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram and Threads at The Hate List Podcast, and obviously subscribe to the YouTube at The Hate List Pod, and like the video and share it to your friends because they'll really enjoy it too. If you manage to get all the way to the end, you've probably got the same humour as your friends. Send it to them as well.
Facts. Spread the word.
Yes.
Spread the word, guys. And we will see you next week. So
Sunday,
make sure you
5
tune back in. Next Sunday, 5 p.m. Tune in, guys. We'll see you then.
And if you forget, probably not the end of the episode. If you forget, it'll be on our Instagram. We put a thing up every time with a countdown. Like a few hours before, maybe a couple of days before the countdown, saying when it's going to be. And a link. Yeah. I don't put a link when I do it.
I noticed I always put links.
You didn't notice that was the thing we did. We take it turns. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm getting all my words in now because I didn't speak. Thank you so much for watching. We've really enjoyed looking at you, and I hope you've enjoyed looking at us. Bye!